two snow leopards. There's a chilling standoff going on. Snow leopard on the left, the occupier of the territory. On the right is the intruder. They're about the same size. In the event of a battle, both sides are bound to lose. But just show a little bit of withdrawal. It is possible to put yourself in a passive position. Full and sustained display of power. It's especially important at this moment. Finally, under Daw's strong statement, the invaders compromised. This unwelcome visitor. It's worth being forced out of here now. Daw holds his ground, but he still dared not let his guard down. He stared fixedly in the direction of the intruder, until the other party completely leaves. For now, nothing could shake Daw's resolve, because it's not just his hunting ground. He has something to protect, the most precious thing in the world, the most important thing, and that's in this cave. Two newborn cubs. Provide them with food and ensure their safety. It is Daw's greatest mission now, Qinghai Plateau. It is located in the northeast of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau on the roof of the world, at altitudes above 4 kilometers above sea level. For most mammals, it's cold and dangerous, but every part of the snow leopard's body were designed for this unique terrain. A long, stout tail. Keep them in good balance. Gray, mottled fur. Perfect camouflage in a mountainous setting. The two cubs can now come out of the cave. For them, it's just a big rock playground. But Daw is going hunting. Yak is a very sumptuous meal. It's just that they are too powerful and dangerous. But there are also easier targets to catch blue sheep. They were just right for dinner tonight. Daw has every interest in this mountain. I know a cliff like the back of my hand. He can precisely locate these prey, and drove them up the steep slope of the rock, where he can more easily launch an ambush. But Yang also has their way of survival. Fur with rock face. Forked, dexterous hooves. They're also completely adapted to the terrain. But Daw is better. Tonight, his two cubs can sleep full, in this remote corner away from the bustling city. It's like entering another world like a dream. Under the care of Daw, two snow leopard cubs thrive. Daw just caught his prey on this day, and the two little guys haven't eaten solid food yet. They are just watching from a distance, learning from my mother's every move. Suddenly, the intruder returns. But unlike before, he brought help today. The current situation is 4-1. If there is a battle between the two sides, the results are clear at a glance. But this is the food that Daw finally got. When it comes to survival, he dares to face almost any challenge. And now clearly outnumbered, he has to weigh the pros and cons. The only option now is to retreat, to protect his cubs. But Daw doesn't seem willing to give up. He watched from a distance, waiting for the opportunity to reclaim the spoils. Finally, he started to take action. He sets off to return, ready to take back what originally belonged to him. But as the intruder's 3 helpers arrived, he deserves to be forced to leave, although he was so reluctant. But there is nothing we can do, and the invaders didn't stop there. They continue their pursuit of Daw. For the safety of the cubs, Daw can only take them out of here, leave this familiar territory, and the home we live in. Temperatures plummet in winter. For adaptation, for snow leopards that survive in alpine environments. This season will not be too difficult for them, but Daw lost her home. He has to venture into his rival's territory, seek food and shelter. For this new field, Daw needs constant understanding, and mark his own sphere of domination. But his whereabouts, discovered by the heroes of this area. As a solitary animal with a strong sense of territory, he would never allow any intruders to set foot. Daw's brave guard, but he was eventually forced to retreat, facing ambitions that are stronger than oneself. He has no chance of winning. Daw returns to the cub, But nothing came of it. Compared to summer, the cubs are in the rock, a carefree time at the stone playground. The situation they are in now is simply too bad. The only luck is that their family is safe. There is still a chance to rely on their efforts, struggle and strive to get through this bitter winter. Persistent bad weather and bad luck. Let Daw catch very little prey. In a raging blizzard, Daw is ready for another hunt. It's a bunch of mew. They are unaware. Has entered the attack range of Daw. Salt sheep feed on dry grass in winter, rehydrate with ice and snow. Snow leopards are at the top of the food chain, a high-altitude hunting expedition. It will be officially launched under the dominance of the snow leopard. But something terrible happened. The snow leopards suddenly stopped. The cubs left behind can't wait to have a big meal. But today, they may not be able to wait. The university conceals the sharp rocks. In the process of sprinting, hit the accidentally injured paw. Let's not talk about chasing prey now. Even normal walking has become a problem. For Daw and her cubs, this is undoubtedly equivalent to making it worse. Given his current physical condition, there is no way to continue hunting. With the arrival of another spring, the bitter weather on the plateau has finally come to an end, but the survival dilemma of the Daw family, but still not relieved. The foot injury greatly hindered his ability to withstand forces. He can't help it anymore. As fast as before, went after Yan Yang. But another opportunity arose. The domesticated yak, released to high altitude for grazing in the spring. Daw is watching everything and ready to move. However, these beasts weigh 10 times as much as Daw. Those powerful foot blows can be deadly. But his two cubs, the only one to rely on is him. Against the entire herd, the odds are obviously very low, but don't miss the opportunity. Lost forever. A newborn calf. It's a good-sized target. Daw moves forward under the cover of rocks and approaches. Then the hunt begins. Daw precisely locks the calf, but the mothers will to protect her young, as strong as Daw. The mother yak keeps trying to keep them apart, rescue their own cubs, but I couldn't find a breakthrough. With the movement of the calf, finally, the mother yak saw the opportunity. A mother bravely rescued her child. The other mother lost out. Daw's world is unlike these herbivores. He must take a life to give another life. But this time, instead of getting anything, they were battered by yaks. That's quite possible. It was his last fight for survival. In this magnificent land, a mysterious animal, the snow leopard. One to survive, and predators at all costs. A mother who works hard for her family. His life was frozen framed in this moment. However, it was later revealed by relevant personnel. The real Daw is not dead. He survived with the pups. In the same team at the same time in another, but documentary is shot by different groups. In the forest of mountains, we were fortunate to see again this snow leopard mother Daw and the silhouette of his two cubs. Filming took 18 months, but the film crew said, most of the time I don't see these mysteries. Measured journal. Many times rely on the guidance of other animals. During this period, Zai Wang's prayers were most helpful. These large vultures soaring in the sky will reveal the location of animal remains. Rely on them. Daw, she was lucky enough to survive when she couldn't hunt. These birds feed on carrion, especially the bone marrow. They pass the bone, the way the head fades from a height to the stone. Daw calls for the cubs to come for dinner, but only one of them had the courage to come over. He looked at the other cub with encouragement, but he was too timid. This puts Dawa in a dilemma. Both cubs need his protection. After a brief terror, he started walking towards the timid one who lingered on high. Maybe he needs his mother's company more than that. And during this period, the other cub must be left alone in the clearing. No mother by my side. The situation of the little snow leopard will be very dangerous. Because it's nearby, there may be other martyrs lurking. The task force is worried that Dawa may be afraid of them, and can't go back to find another cub. So I chose to leave temporarily. After a tense night, the team set off in the early morning to see how this turned out. Fortunately, when I came to Dawa's cave again, I saw that their family has been reunited. The warm picture, it's safe again. This is undoubtedly the happiest news of the moment. Distant Three Rivers source. Snow leopard habitat gave many endangered animals a chance to survive. Perhaps only this wilderness, to better protect them. But as the environment changes, the disappearance of the invasion, and serious issues such as conflicts with humans, the survival status of the snow leopard is still not guaranteed.